Here's where I am currently on the Moogle polystyrene drawing project. These are the Sharpie markers I either used or experimented with while determining what color I should use for the lighter sections of coloring for the 5 of the 50 on the 50 crate on the backside of the Moogle polystyrene drawing. When I color in the rest of the 5 using this Sharpie marker, which is a slightly darker hue of these Sharpie markers, I might make this section a bit smaller and differently shaped, which is one of the sections I use this Sharpie marker to first outline and then colored in using this Sharpie marker. To outline those sections, I made dots and then connected those dots while looking at a reference image I took, most likely by using the snipping tool on my current primary laptop. I recall doing today's work on the Moogle polystyrene drawing project. Throughout the late morning, and all of the afternoon hours, and during that time, I also at the same time worked on editing the June 20 my dinner video on Camtasia 2019. I recall the June 20 my dinner video project file after it finished rendering in Camtasia 2019. The rough draft, I recall, finished rendering around 5 p.m. and it was rendering around 4:45 p.m., during which time I had some leftover chicken, asparagus, and baby cut carrots that were perfectly fine despite being about a few days old. The baby cut carrots were a little mushy, but still perfectly fine. I had that with a glass of whole milk. As I'm having right now. But at that time, I used a different plastic glass. Around 8:30 in the morning, I had 3 Star Negro cheddar cheese sticks from a pack of them. My dad got from Walmart. With some mixed nuts. From an Imperial Nuts branded cylindrical container he got from a local Ollie's. I had that with my first cup of plain coffee today. And I recall having roughly 2 full cups of plain coffee, and then a partial 3rd cup of plain coffee. That was about half a cup of plain coffee. Roughly from 8:30 in the morning to about 10 in the morning. I recall going to bed around 6:30 p.m. after the second and last draft of the June 20, my dinner video. Finished rendering around 6 p.m. and I then spent roughly from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. checking to make sure nothing was wrong with the video and audio. Of that rendered Camtasia 2019 video. And then upon seeing that everything was fine, I uploaded the video project file to my YouTube channel. The only difference between the rough draft and the second and final draft is that I changed the dimensions of the box shape of the second footnote which is a longer one at 2 pretty long sentences. I changed the text box to be more rectangular so that the P in protector in the last sentence, which is shorter than the first sentence of that footnote, but still at least moderately long. This created a good excuse to change the screen protector so that P wouldn't be cut off. And I only caught that because I decided to check the audio and video by click skipping through the seek bar of that rendered video project file of the rough draft of the June 20, Camtasia 2019 video project file before uploading it to my YouTube channel. As is what I do for every My Dinner video project these days. I recall falling asleep today around 7 p.m. As of now, I'm currently 8 My Dinner videos behind. At one point during the late morning, early afternoon period, as I was figuring out what color Sharpie markers to use to color in the 5 of the 50 crate on the backside of the Moogle polystyrene drawing project, I cleaned up the right end of this counter area, which I'm already near, as this area I'm filming is where I do My Dinner videos, and have been generally whenever I'm at my dad's place for at least 6 months. I cleaned up the right end area of this counter by picking up all of the loose Sharpie markers that were there and putting them into a beigeish colored plastic bag. And I organized some loose coins into 6 stacks sorted by coin type. American quarters and American pennies were the most common, followed by 2 American nickels, 1 American dime, a Canadian quarter, and 1 Canadian penny. Of what I have imported from my phone to my laptop, raw video files and photos taken using the camera app on my phone to edit My Dinner video projects in Camtasia 2019. 2 days, June 19 and June 20, I have already finished and uploaded to my YouTube channel. I just need to check those YouTube videos to make sure their video and audio is perfectly fine before I delete those 2 My Dinner video project files, along with the raw video files and photos I used to edit and create them. I recall throughout today my room being either room temperature or at the warm end of room temperature. And during those times in which my room was at the warm end of room temperature, I still decided to turn on my air conditioner so that my room wouldn't be warm at all and be essentially perfectly at room temperature at times. I recall finishing construction on this ancient metal mine during the afternoon hours, though so far all I've gotten from it during 2 attempts is iron ore, but now I can craft torches in Oceania So that's good.